Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'd like to welcome our new subscribers and thank those of you who are returning for this week's energy update. Let's jump right in. I want to pivot back really quick because at the time of the last eclipse cycle, that full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra at 5 degrees, Mercury was conjunct Eris, okay? Then we sped forward a couple of weeks and we had our new moon total solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. And Mercury was still conjunct Eris at the time of that lunation, very powerful lunation, because of its retrograde cycle. But in addition to that, that new moon in the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries was conjunct Chiron. This week, we will be reviewing that Chiron energy and that Eris energy. So back at that time, we were being asked to take a look at victim consciousness, elitism, the oppression of the divine feminine. And the energy that's coming in this week is kind of taking the temperature of where we're at with that, how we've done with that. Okay? So tomorrow, the sun in Cancer is going to square Chiron in Aries. There very well could be an area of your life or something that you witness where you are second-guessing your healing journey relative to those things we spoke about, victim consciousness, elitism, or the divine feminine, okay? Please don't take action based on a situation that presents on this day. I would prefer you wait a couple of days. This is not a good day to make any decisions whatsoever, because also tomorrow we will have Mars, which is the sign of action or aggression, and Uranus, which is surprise and instability, is going to conjunct Algol, which is the fixed star that could perpetrate violent acts like losing your head, literally or figuratively. Now, you all have been with me long enough to realize that whenever I get information, I want to dive deeper to vet that information, certainly before I pass it on to others. In addition, I wanted to see if there was more to this Algol fixed star. All violence, or is there something more to it? And just like I thought, there is a 5D element with Algol that I would like to share with you, because I know there are plenty of people out there that resonate in 5-dimensional energy. And by discussing only the 3D fear-based side, that does not serve you. So please allow me. Well, I would ask you to please be mindful of your surroundings, not only today, but tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. Be mindful of your surroundings, because the propensity for violence in the collective is there, okay? Be aware of your surroundings, clock in, be conscious. That would be my best suggestion in order to avoid getting into a very dangerous situation. Now, relative to Algol, Algol's energy is going to manifest based on the manner in which you operate. If you operate on 3D level, that's what you're going to get. If you operate on 5D level, that's what you're going to get. So I ask you, what's your sense of purpose? When you have a reason for doing something, what's your sense of purpose? Is it to benefit, or is it, to not benefit, to take away from? 5D Algol is very high spiritual values. It's choosing to trust Source, even when things seem to be going awry. The 3D is misfortune, violence, and tragedy. So we could, in effect, go to our eagle's perch, be aware, hold space for people who could be suffering, and send them blessings of gratitude and peace, so that they can be supported in their journey. But by holding a high vibration, we are absolutely helping them. So if you can, hold a 5-dimensional understanding early this week, I think you will see the benefits of the energy that surrounds us. On Tuesday, Mercury enters shadow to go retrograde. So if you journal, write down the things that are occurring from this point forward, because we will be pivoting back. So Mercury's going to enter shadow and then be in shadow until the 5th of August, and then retrograde until the 28th of August, and then be out of shadow completely by the 11th of September. Okay? On Wednesday, we have the Sun in Cancer is going to square Eris. Sun squared Chiron earlier, now it's Eris. We're taking the temperature again. How we doing? Eris is Mars' warrior little sister. She's a little sister, but she's the warrior planet of discord and chaos. She's that girl who can't help but bring voice to injustice. And I like that. Eris will T-square the full moon this weekend. Be aware of that. You'll be looking at long-standing cultural conditioning that has resulted in the wounding of the divine feminine, yours or someone else's, or as a collective. There could be low self-esteem involved here, living in lack or total disempowerment. Again, Eris is going to go retrograde on the 21st, the same day as this full moon. So Eris is going to help us in these areas. If you're feeling these things, trust the process. Eris is going to help us, okay? Again, Wednesday is the day when things start to shift. We've got that Sun square Eris, and then things are starting to shift a little bit. So on Thursday, we have the Sun, which is in Cancer, is going to sextile Uranus, which is in Taurus. You know, get outside of your comfort zone. Uranus wants us to do things differently. Absolutely be free of the schedule, just sovereign, free. And that Sun in Cancer is all about, you know, protection and home and family. It's just such a warm feeling. Just get outside your comfort zone. Change it up a little bit. To optimize that energy, you really got to change it up in some way. That's what Uranus wants you to do. Embody self-awareness for sure. Embody self-awareness, especially early this week when we've got all of these hits coming in. It's tough. It's tough. But embody your self-awareness and, you know, claim your sovereignty. Definitely claim your sovereignty on this day. Uranus will be happy that you did. Also on this day, Mercury's in shadow now, and Mercury is going to trine Chiron in Aries. Again, we're talking about Chiron again. This is where you speak of, or you communicate an experience that helps someone else heal. You've experienced something, and you're going to help someone else with something that they're experiencing to benefit them in some way. Or maybe it's you getting helped. But whatever it is, make note, because Mercury's in shadow and we'll be hitting this a couple more times, okay? Now, on that same day, Venus is going to trine the North Node and sextile the South Node. Ooh, I like that energy a lot too. This is an opportunity that, gosh, it just seems to check all the boxes, because our North Node in Aries is all about our true essence. It wants us to be, understand ourselves and our essence to be supported. And the South Node in Libra is asking us to have balance in all relationships. So this opportunity is going to present balance in personal relationships, but also recognize who you are as an individual. They're going to see your worth. This opportunity sees your worth. So it's, you know, I like this energy. Let's see what comes in now. Like I said, the energy's starting to change a little bit. They got to wait till Wednesday, but it is going to shift. Then on Saturday, we have Mars in Taurus is going to sextile Neptune in Pisces. I really like this energy. It's taking creative or inspired action on something that you may have passed on prior. Remember that Neptune is retrograde. And when Neptune went retrograde, we're beginning to see the reality of something that might have been really dreamy. Well, that reality might look a little bit more appealing to you, and now that it's come back around, you might want to look at it again and see if maybe that's something that you want to engage in or take advantage of. Also on this day, we've got Mars is going to enter Gemini. Mars in Gemini is a very scattered energy. Mars did not have a lot of traction in Taurus because Taurus wanted to slow down, take it easy, let's be mindful, we want long-term stability. And now that he's in Gemini, it's like, woo, off to the races. So Mars is going to be kind of scattered. Be mindful that you might need to focus your efforts. So if you find yourself going boop, 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 here, there, just remember, you might need to focus your passion and your efforts. Then, after Mars gets in Gemini, it is going to conjunct Sadhana. Now, we've talked about Sadhana. That's all about patriarchal wounding. So here comes that. That comes back in, and now Mars, who just had this incredible conjunction with Uranus, is now going to be helping us with our patriarchal wounding, breaking down any boundaries that may exist. And Eris, Mars' little sister, also goes retrograde on this day. It's time to wake up from wounding of the divine feminine, not only as individuals, but as a collective. Not being heard or seen, or maybe it's just overall restrictions on you in a relationship. I don't know. Use Mars energy in Gemini to manage that duality, manage any polarity, break any boundaries, any borders, any barriers that keep you from your divine feminine. I really like that use of Mars energy. Now, we do have a full moon next Sunday that I'm going to put together another video and publish sometime this week, but we are going long, so I would like to pause there and get that information to you when it comes. Now, Dragon, I decided to use the Dragon Oracle deck because we have so much of this Aries fiery energy that I wanted to bring this deck out to see what we could gather as far as helpful advice from this deck. And what jumped out was the Deep Blue Dragons. Let's see what the book has to say. Deep Blue Dragons keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected. Walk on a path of light. Deep Blue Dragons work with Archangel Michael, the angel of strength and protection. Dragons can delve into deep, dense matter in a way that angels cannot. They can clear and transmute lower frequencies up to 1 kilometer around those they work with. These frequencies may be our emotions and thoughts, or the emotions and thoughts of people in our vicinity. Many of us are very sensitive and do not realize how much the vibrations of others impact us. Every time we walk into a crowd, we are in a sea of mixed energies, and these Deep Blue Dragons are master clearance experts. They blow away the foggy vibration, and then Archangel Michael can more easily connect with us and place his deep blue cloak around us. Now for the extended guidance. This card is suggesting that you call on the Deep Blue Dragons to protect you or your loved ones. Visualize a protecting army of Deep Blue Dragons gliding in front of you wherever you walk or drive. Let them precede you into your home or office. Ask them to dive into the ground below your home to consume all lower energies. Ask them to keep an area of 1 kilometer around you totally clear. Relax and trust that this is happening. Because the Deep Blue Dragons are transmuting the lower emotions of those in your vicinity, you are no longer moving through the dense energies of other people. Notice how much higher and lighter and happier you are. You can serve the planet by asking Deep Blue Dragons to dive under your shopping mall, schools, big buildings, or anywhere you feel they are needed to consume dense vibrations. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Whew. If you like this video, please do click the like button. If you want to know when videos are being dropped, click the subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions, please post them in the comment section below. You know I always like to hear from you. If you want to co-create, share this video with somebody. I'd appreciate it. I hope you have a fabulous week. Don't get stuck early on. Please don't get stuck early on. Allow yourself to move through the energy and know by midweek to the end of the week, we are going to see some salvation. I hope you have a fabulous week. Namaste.